Yeah.
Last we left off, you all took Tobin to the King's Tower and recounted your tale about the Zentarim to Lord Halbrand and handed over evidence you found in the ledger from the desk. Tobin was given 2 weeks' worth of lodging and food in the barracks and his efforts for coming forth with the information. You all then met at the Leaping Eel Tavern with Gorn, where Rin played her song inspired by Sammy's story. This put Sammy in an uncomfortable mood, considering whether or not he was the monster in the song. His reflection was short-lived as a familiar face strolled into the tavern holding illegally obtained goods, to which Herc responded by grabbing his attention and then promptly breaking a chair over his face. Afterwards, he then grappled the stunned Zent, tore him right out of his boots, which was firmly pinned to the floor by Arceus's arrow, and suplexed him through the wood floor, landing in the cellar below. The rest of the night was peaceful, sharing stories and drinking the night away, wanting to make the most of Sammy's short time left in this realm. We resume in a plain upstairs bedroom, Rin and Riker sitting next to each other on the bed, holding the Book of the Black by Agathra the Mad. Riker, having just previously ripped the book from Rin's hands and whipped it open.
No, I asked her for it. She gave it to me. And
it was willingly handed.
Yeah.
Okay. What question...
This is why Rin will survive.
What question do you ponder as you open the book?
Okay. Sorry, we were talking about this earlier. Okay. So what I'm pondering is, how can our party stop Sammy's death in 5 days?
Okay. As you open the Book of the Black and force the spine open, the moment that thought that you just told me forms, you look at and you realize that this is the first time that you've seen the inside of this book. You look at blank pages, and from the center of the open spine, ink begins to pool, flooding into the pages, swirling, trying to form letters, words, to give you the answer. But it doesn't make sense. The words, the letters don't hold purchase into the pages. Swirling around violently, trying to find the answer, the ink then shifts over to the side of the book, pulsing against the edge. Sammy, as you lay on your back in your bed, your pack leaning up against the bedpost, you hear a rustle, a clinking around something glass. And as you kind of tilt your head to acknowledge it, you hear again a bigger shift as your bed, or not your bedroll, but your backpack shuffles over onto the floor, and out comes the orb that you picked up while you were in the Shadowfell. Clanking across the wood floor, hitting every ridge of each of the individual boards, rolling towards the wall. Dunk, 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 picking up speed as it then smacks into the wall with force as if it's trying to go somewhere. This floor is relatively flat. This is not a slope. This is rolling with purpose. And Riker, as you're looking at the book, anticipating something, the worst maybe, your soul being sucked into it for this answer, you hear from the same direction as you're looking at the pooling ink, the loud thud of something smacking into the wall on that side of the room.
Okay, I can, like, I'm not sure what Rin is seeing through
Yeah,
this. But
does Rin experience any of this, or is she just seeing Riker stared at the book
If you're
in like that instant?
if you're looking at looking over his shoulder at the book, it's
no, Riker has it like in front of her, like the cover in front of her face. Like he
won't let me see what's going on in there.
No.
okay.
This is what
Then
expose Rin.
like time passes like normal. Riker, you would be looking at it with it held up in front of your face for several moments, maybe even have a chance to respond of realizing that nothing's happened yet, that you feel that you should have felt something, but then both of you would definitely hear the loud thunk into the adjacent wall.
I imagine like when Riker is holding the book, he's just he just says, no, that doesn't make sense. Come on, say something. And then we hear the thud. He goes, I don't think that was a coincidence.
As you hear the thud, you see the ink from that left side of the page splash out and the words start to form. You can't, and then drawing right back to the beginning, or right back to the edge of the page again.
Makes sense.
Rin's gonna go to the door and open it.
Yeah, I'm going to go to where the thud is, or was.
Do you leave the book open or do you close it?
Riker still has it open, but like kind of like up against his chest, so no one else can see the inside.
Okay, that's fair. As the book moves, you hear the sound of something rolling on the wood. Your door now open, and Sammy, as you looking over, seeing the small, softball-sized glass orb hitting into the wall, as you hear the door open from outside, you see the orb shifting, rolling across that.
So at that point, I'll probably get up, watching it butt up against the wall, and not sure what to do. I'll probably grab like a sheet that's on the bed and like throw it onto the orb.
Okay.
And then pick it up.
Okay.
And like I'm grabbing the sheet kind of like a makeshift sack, and I'm looking at this orb through the sheet. And
yeah.
does it swing like a pendulum in any direction, or does it just hang now?
Real quick, remind me, in the instances that have you ever held this orb with your hand, or have you always used
Never.
a mage hand or some other something to put yourself between you and the orb? I thought that was the case.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually handled the orb. Like, I've contemplated handling it, but my concern has always been, if I touch this orb, what could happen? So, if
Fair.
anything, it just kind of sat in the bag, and I would stare at the bag.
As you're grabbing the sheet, giving the orb enough berth to make sure that you're not physically touching it in any way, you do feel the pull, and it seems to be shifting, moving in sync with the footsteps that you would hear walking outside on the balcony. By balcony, I mean like the landing,
hallway,
as you would look over into
Yeah.
the dining room.
Yeah. All right. I don't want to touch it, so I'll probably follow the pull I'll start by stepping outside of the room
Okay.
and see where the pull
Oh,
is.
hi, Sammy.
Oh,
Yeah, as you step out of the room, you see Riker and Rin. I imagine you were close behind him, stepping out of their door and walking down the hall towards you. Riker in the lead with a familiar book splayed across his chest tightly.
what are you doing?
Wait, did you hear that thump a few seconds ago? Where I'm not sure what it was or where it came from.
You see
see
Sammy
Sammy.
holding. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Holding the sheet like this and like pendulum pulling in your direction.
And the other
Yeah.
thing, Riker, or not Riker, Sammy, you actually hear whispering, rapid, like hundreds of voices, very, very quietly whispering. And it's definitely stemming from the object that you hold out in front.
I'll pause for a moment and look at the orb in the sheet.
Wait, I don't get it. What's in there? What is that?
And I think curiosity will probably get the best of him at this point. And he'll reach into the sheet and take hold of the orb and pull it out.
Okay.
And he's still holding it. And he holds it up to Riker and Rin. It was this that was rolling.
That's why the book won't work.
You see a purple mist, small sparks of energy swirling around inside of this orb, very akin to the dysfunctioning mythalar that was in the ruins of Synod. And as Sammy holds it out closer to the book, you hear this gasp, this whisper that's audible for all of you to hear. So close!
At that point, I'll probably drop the orb.
So you drop the orb and it comes to roll along the floor, rolling in Riker's direction, no matter how short the distance. Trying
As
to
it's rolling,
yeah.
Rin's gonna touch Riker and give him an enhance ability, and he's gonna get Owl's wisdom. Target has advantage on wisdom
Ooh,
checks.
very, very
Nice.
neat.
Speed!
As this orb bounces into your foot, Riker, repeatedly, as if it's trying to climb you to get to its destination, but unable to do so. What do you do?
I'll press a button on my wristband, use Mage Hand, pick it up with Mage Hand, and keep it like probably like 10 feet away from me. And looking at it, Riker will just say, "What do you want?"
And you say that to the orb.
Yes.
I want the opportunity to return to my realm. I was not long for this orb here on the material plane. I will give you the answer that you seek. but not without cost.
What kind of cost? If you know what I seek, you should know the cost.
You place me back into the Book of the Black. Then I will tell you what you seek. On the condition that you place the book somewhere it can be found. A noble's library. Perhaps.
So you want to be put back in the book so others can open it and repeat the cycle.
Can we all hear what the orb is saying?
If you're all huddled around the orb, then yeah, it's like anybody within a 10-foot radius can probably hear the mad whisperings of Agathra.
Okay. Yeah, that was going to be Rin's next question is that Agathra, do we know? Or is it whatever other thing was possessing that book? There were 3 spirits originally.
Right. I don't know. I know that it's probably up to no good if it wants to be back in the book.
As you have this book open, the telepathic link you use to be able to discern the questions that you think in order to give you the prophecy that you request allows this being inside of the orb to respond. I am Agathra. We are Agathra. We are one.
I don't know what to do.
Do it. Put them together.
Riker, still holding the orb with the mage hand, he looks at the orb, looks back at the book, and just there's a very uncomfortable, probably like, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds that go by. And Riker says, it's my responsibility. And he will combine them.
Yeah, as you hold the orb close, not understanding how I'm gonna get this orb inside, as you touch the orb to book, a small crack begins to form into the orb, and the purple mist energy seeps out and down into the spine of the page. And it is then that the ink is able to fully form. The words on the page begin to shift into something more understandable. The very first words that you're able to read, accompanied by her voice. You cannot stop his death. A long pause goes by before the end is written by a hand far steadier than mine. I felt it the first time that he opened my book. But death, it's not the loss that you fear. If you had never asked, he would pass as all others do. A soul processed and a soul forgotten. But I will tell you how he may return. You see from the words the inks swirling around to form an image of a dark, silken thread. Frayed at the ends. Bury him with a silk thread black as midnight. That will mark him. For I know someone that might be interested in the stories he has to tell.
I don't understand. That's such a small thing. Where can I even begin to look for such a thing?
It is not the uniqueness that you must find. It must just be a symbol. Dark silk thread, frayed at one end. You get the sense, after hearing it repeated for a second time, that you could probably find this at any general goods store, even if it sold fine threads.
I was just wondering, like, is this literally just like a black?
Or the tailors?
Yeah, I'm just like, is this literally just like black threads? Okay.
Yep.
No magic spells are made of mundane items, so.
As you're pondering, she speaks out again. Now, you must hold up your end of the bargain. You must place me where I can be found, not hidden or sealed, found. If you do not, I will know. And when the goddess of magic comes to collect what is owed, no hand will be able to reach for him to shield him.
Fine. And Riker will just close the book.
So again, was that something that everyone was able to hear, or was that?
Yeah, everyone was
straight
able to hear
Riker?
it. Yep.
Okay. We wanted to give you a future, Sammy.
You risked your life for me.
And me?
It's only fair that I do the same.
We'll deal with the consequences.
And with that, Sammy will probably just back to the wall and slump down on the floor and just kind of like sit there for a few minutes.
Yeah, honestly, Riker is just gonna like sit down right next to him up against the wall. Just still coming down from the adrenaline.
Rin will, instead of sitting next to them, sit like facing them.
Between the spoked railing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was absolutely reckless of you.
What the fuck, Sammy?
I could say the same to you for when you helped me, but it worked out, didn't it? It was a gamble, but I feel like it's going to pay off. At least I hope so.
Yet, okay.
I'm sorry you still have to die. I was hoping for something better than that.
If I'm being honest, it's really not as bad as you might think, but you still going through the process is not great.
Well, I guess this means you guys can't have my stuff, so...
I honestly wouldn't even know what to do with your stuff. But this also means that you'll get some more time with your family.
You'll get more adventures with us.
What time of the night, day is it?
Isn't it like 3 a.m.?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
3 a.m., dude. It's really late.
Remember, this is right after you guys were drinking in the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't. You guys haven't slept yet.
Not.
We've got to figure out where we're gonna put this damn book then.
Okay, so John, so I can understand this.
Yep.
I can't hide the book away, and I have to put it in a place where it can be discovered. Yes.
Yeah, like any of the other haunted book stories or movies that you see, they're always buried deep within a library in the restricted section.
The Marcember Public Library.
Out of character, like even that type of, you get the feeling the only thing that you couldn't do is like put it in a chest, bury it 6 feet underground. As long as it's in a public space where anybody could find it. Like, you could probably even leave it on a trash can in the middle of town, and that would fulfill your end of the bargain. Just somewhere where there is a possibility that somebody else's hands will find this.
So you said public there. Was that mentioned in the deal?
I think she had just said that somewhere where she could be found, and then she had said a noble's library, perhaps.
Perhaps, but wasn't specific.
Yeah, it wasn't. I'm telling you that even if I might not have been clear during the relaying of the message, outside of putting it away under lock and key, you're going to be fine. As long as your intent is to put it someplace that it has the possibility to be found.
Could we keep it in our own house?
That's what I'm thinking. I can just put it on
Someone
my
can
desk.
come in
It can technically be discovered, but it's unlikely that anyone else would walk in as long as I don't know.
Would you keep your door locked?
Would I keep my door locked? No.
Okay.
But I can put a sign outside my door.
If there's anything that I know about...
Book that grants wishes, do not touch.
If there's anything that I know about children, it's that I know do not enter signs are absolutely cause to enter.
Yeah, Sammy would definitely say something
Oh
along
yeah,
the
there's
lines
kids
of,
living in our house right now, huh?
I don't know about you guys, but
Oh yeah.
I don't want that book anywhere near my family.
That's a good point.
Suzail is an adventurous little one, and I would much rather not have to go through that realm looking for his soul.
That is a good point. Is there maybe there's somewhere in the house where we can put it up high where they won't be able to get it?
Ladders and stools and everything else? No. Look, just put it deep in somebody else's library. Here, just give me the book, and I'll
No.
find a place to put it away.
No, I'm holding on to it. I hope you understand.
I hope you understand. I don't think you're gonna sneak off and put it in somebody's library.
I'll fulfill my end of the deal. That's what I know.
I know a place we could put it, Riker. When we go back to Suzail tomorrow, or I guess today at this point, there's a place in town that's tucked away, but it's not locked anymore. You could find it there.
Oh, my apartment?
Sort not your apartment, but a place I used to spend time.
What about Mortimer? Doesn't he have a library?
He does, but I also don't want him being next to the book. I don't know if it will try to tempt him, and he's a very curious person. If he's like you described, he's almost like a child. You tell him no, but he does it anyway. But Ren, I think we'll go with your plan and just see how that's looking.
I think it's a safer bet than most.
Yeah.
All right. With at least the concept of a plan, do you all feel comfortable getting what little sleep you can? The benefits of a short rest or something, perhaps? Depends on how late you intend to sleep.
Yes. Sammy, probably about 5 or 10 minutes, would probably get up and dust himself off and help both of them up. Just don't. I even tell you to not do anything stupid without laughing about it. Just be careful, I guess, if you're gonna do something stupid.
We will.
We made it this far.
And Sammy will probably hug the both of you. Very brief. He's not very big on physical touch. And probably gonna return back to his room. And he won't even close the door at this point. He's just gonna collapse on the bed.
Get some rest, Riker. You did something really brave tonight.
Thanks. I know it'll be worth it. Riker just looks at the book. I just really hope we didn't do something that could unleash an even greater evil.
Me too. She'll give you a pat on the shoulder and head into her room.
And just like that.
Do you want me to take the book for the night
Oh.
because you're on the couch?
That's actually a really good point.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, now you can let us have our rest. Sorry, Papa.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just stretching there.
Jack wakes up like Riker's hugging a book. Jack just takes it from his hands and opens it.
Oh, look, he fell asleep reading. What part was he on?
Oh no!
There's the third
Stolen.
soul. Soul acquired.
For the most of you, you feel like you just barely shut your eyes before you hear the screaming and squealing of children running around the house, getting ready and shouting about Festival Day. We're going to the Heroes Feast. And Riker, you feel the cushions on the sofa jostling as you open your eyes, and you find Gwendol jumping up and down on the cushions. It is loud enough to make sure that everybody is awake if you didn't already intend to be awake at the crack of dawn.
Riker will just take like 2 pillows. Like Riker just looks groggy. He has like, like raccoon eyes. He just takes like 2 pills, like puts them up to his ears, and like walks away, try to find like a quiet spot.
I think due to her elven blood, Ars has always been an early riser, so she's up and she's mostly fine.
As Arsis wakes and probably even goes to the window and opens up the curtains and looks down into the sad flower basket that seems to not have anything in it, you see a dead rat. Looks fresh.
Dudley lives on in your heart.
Yay.
I'll yell at Draconic that's for Ardu. He can eat it. So.
Ardu the horse.
Actually,
no, I imagine he's probably in his dragon form.
He's in his dragon form. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. I want to check for poison first. Because that's odd that it would just be dead there. And so I'm gonna walk around the house and look for anybody who's got one of them damn purple dragon rings still.
Before you do that, give me a survival check.
Okay.
We'll see, or survival or perception, whichever one you would prefer.
Perception is better, but survival makes more sense in my opinion.
Okay. As you look to assess the nature in which this creature died, you see blood trickling down or dried blood that had trickled down its abdomen, and you find several small puncture wounds. You have a feeling that a bird had left this here.
Oh, okay. Then I'll pick it up by the tail and toss it to Ardu so he can eat it.
With everybody waking up.
Which one? So the owl likes candy, and then what kind of food? Jerky was the one that the bird of prey liked, right?
Well, you gave.
It was a big rat.
It was a rat.
You gave the seagull jerky.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Yeah,
gave the
so
owl
that's what I had.
candy, and then you had given the falcon. I don't know what it was. It was just some sort of meat, right?
It was a big juicy rat.
Oh, was it a big juicy rat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically a rat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. All right. So I gotta find another rat or a different type of meat to offer to the bird. So as a start a ritual every day, we're gonna catch some vermin and just put it up for each other and just have this whole like relationship with this bird.
The Russian peregrine.
Okay. Everybody getting around for the day. Going to assume it was it Suzail that you guys got your tailoring done?
Yes.
Yeah,
Before we left.
it was before you left.
Because it was gonna take him a couple days to get it ready, so we have to go pick it up.
6 months ago.
I was gonna joke,
days
but I
ago.
just want to make another one.
2 days, 6 months.
Eh.
Whatever.
We had the
Welcome to
art for the
D&D.
outfits, right, Rin? Is that just you and me, or did we post that someplace for everyone to see?
I know I also sent it to John T.
I can't remember.
We
You
post
guys
a
will
lot
have
of
to fish
outfit
for it.
photos in both of the campaigns that I've been with you, Sarah. So
I don't
Outfits are
understand
important.
that- It's important for character growth right now. Our sister's gonna wear something clean.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, here it is.
Is there anything that you wanted to do before you and the entire troop end up at the King's Tower to take the portal to
Do we have
Suzail?
any food in this house yet?
No.
Yeah. Tilo had said that they were going to buy you your first little bit of groceries during their original hey, I forgot to cleaning. I was supposed to have this place set up for you guys. And so you do have some basic provisions in the home.
Perfect.
I think
Sam is
that's what
probably
Jack
gonna wake
Dawes
up
would've been doing.
and stumble his way to the kitchen. And who's in the kitchen right now? Anybody? Jack?
Sounds like
You in
Jack,
there?
yeah.
Yeah, I would be like helping whoever was making the food, not the cook himself, but chopping stuff, making eggs, and just generally being lively with the kids. Just
Oh.
being fun Uncle Jack, essentially.
Oh. Good morning to you.
Morning, Sammy. Got some eggs and bacon.
I'll probably grab a loaf of bread and tear the heel off and just start nibbling on that.
Oh,
So, how's it been with us now?
oh, the entire 2 days?
Yeah.
Or so? You guys are the most fascinating group I've ever seen, that's for sure.
It gets better, I think.
It's better. Wow. It's definitely good now. It's interesting.
Tice climbs up
Oh,
on a
okay.
stool and kind of leans over the counter and grabs bacon right out of the pan and holds it up.
I
Go
take
ahead.
a spatula and I just like threaten to smack their hand with it, but don't actually do it.
And I feel like at this point, Arsis and Ardu the dragon walk in, see what's smelling. It smells good.
And then I can look around and I go, "You can have it."
And he takes it and he holds up the bacon towards Sammy and he says, "Look, Sammy, he makes it just like Dad used to make it."
So mean, John.
I pause awkwardly and then go, "Oh, I usually burn them a lot more. I like mine crispy personally, but
Yeah. You enjoy that. I'll give him a little rub of the head. Oh. Suzail today then, and who knows what else?
yeah, Suzail, you guys can finally prove to me this whole Heroes of the Realm thing you guys keep claiming." I'm kidding. I believe you. I'm
At that
just
point,
messing
Rin will
with
come
you.
downstairs and say, "Heroes of the Realm, did I hear?"
Oh, Heroes of the Realm. We have heroes, bacon, and eggs.
I'll take some of that.
It's just the same as the rest of the bacon and eggs. So here we go.
Riker just kind of slowly stumbles his way down the stairs, looks at you guys and just says, "How are you all so awake?"
If we're not, we're dead on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's called faking it.
I slept
fortitude.
fine. I'm not.
I also
did you
drink
guys
a
not
lot of
sleep well?
water.
I had a full night's rest. It was great. Feel refreshed.
Not enough.
Riker will just go and pour himself some orange juice.
Hold on a
coffee?
second. Half elves still have to get the full 8 hours, right? They don't have the the meditation thing. Okay. I was thinking there for a second.
Plus, it's only 6 hours if you actually read the rules.
Yeah.
2 hours. It's 2 hours of light work.
And then 6
Whatever.
hours.
About 6 hours of sleep.
But when Jack mentions coffee, Riker just turns to him and says, "Did you make some?
Black enough to stand a spoon in.
How much did you make?"
Yes.
Wow.
Riker will just go like grab like the biggest cup that they have and just pour himself.
Finally, someone else who knows how to drink coffee correctly, and I pour us each a tall cup of very black coffee.
Let's just say I've had a lot of late nights.
So Arsis walks over there, and she surprisingly takes her coffee sweet. She adds lots of sugar into it.
No, that
Ooh,
makes
what a
sense,
thought.
weirdly enough.
Just the spoon, the bag of sugar in there, and people looking at her wondering when she's going to stop, and probably doesn't stop until the liquid reaches the brim, and that's how much how much sugar that is.
If you made the coffee as strong as you said you did, yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's very childlike almost.
And what it ends up just tasting like is burnt.
Syrup.
Yeah. But you are able to go about your morning, making your breakfast and drinking your coffee, getting around for the day. Herc makes mention that he's going to go make sure that his parents find the place, and takes the key from whoever had it to go make sure his father is awake.
Are we just gonna meet you there, Herc?
We'll wait for you at the King's Tower. I think that would be fair if we
Alright.
all went together still.
Sounds good to me.
And he ventures out. Now, questions about equipment. Do you intend to wear and bring along your adventuring gear to this festival?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I am a hero now, and I need to dress accordingly.
I mean, it's like the bedrolls and the adventuring pack. I think we'd leave behind, but
Yes.
Arsis would not go anywhere without her very comfortable boots and her weapons.
Dude,
Fair
there's
enough.
practically like gears and cogs falling out of Riker at all times. So like, yeah, he's gonna have his stuff.
Okay.
I mean, I got heavy armor and a shield that are basically, it's not a station, but it's basically my formal wear too. So
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, as a paladin, I could definitely see
Yeah.
it.
and I carry no visible sword. So
That works. Okay.
And, Rin's got glamored leather, so she looks like she's in normal clothes, but
Yeah,
she's
and-
ready to adventure.
Okay. Fair enough. Everybody is bringing all of their normal gear. Just wanted to make sure.
I imagine the adventurers pack, like the food and the bedrolls, would be happy to leave behind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
good.
sure.
weapons and armor are coming with.
Absolutely.
What armor? Sammy doesn't wear
I
armor.
got attacked at the streets of Suzail. I'm never going anywhere without my armor. Or my weapons. And I believe when we had the measurements made, I was like, you need to cover this to my my armor. Or incorporate it into the weave.
Well, when we get into our fancy clothes, Rin won't be wearing her armor, so. That
Alrighty.
dress is too low of back to wear armor with.
You make your way through the town, and even Marzember seems a little more lively today. You do, however, notice that still, once you get to the King's Tower in the morning, there is a group of civilians standing outside. You do notice, however, that there appears to be a wagon that had already been parked off to the side where Lord Marin Halbrand is handing out vouchers, and also some of the fresh food. And looking at the wagon, you can see the familiar crossed keys symbol of House Ilance. So it looks like Larissa had made her drop early today. Maybe because she's headed to Suzail for the festivals or festivities and wanted to make sure that people still had their food, courtesy of House Ilance. But you do not see her present in the courtyard. making your way deep into the castle where the teleportation circle is, Tyson and Gwendol are excited to go through it again, looking forward to it. And everybody piles in and is now in Suzail. Stepping out from the dungeons right across from the prison in Suzail. This is, or I'm sorry, not the prison some of you might be used to, but the specific prison afforded to the royal interests. They're high profile targets. What was that, Arsis?
We're inside the castle, aren't we?
That is true. Yeah, it's the dungeon portion of the castle. Because remember, you tried to sneak back in there to the prison where the infected guy.
We successfully talked to that guy.
Yeah, you did. That is true. As you step from the dungeon into the main portion of the castle, you can see streamers and banners everywhere. Fresh carpets, the royal purple, have been rolled out, gold trim, silver trim. It looks much more adorned than it was when you had last visited just a few days ago. Looking around, one of the guards notices you. Yes, I was supposed to wait here for your arrival. I was told you were going to be here. You need to meet on the central promenade, just right outside the Wizard's Tower here. And he looks at his timepiece. In roughly 2 hours. For the opening ceremony, you're welcome to wear what you have on. In fact, it would be preferential. You'll all be taking part in the parade. And just to give you, we should actually walk and talk. The streets are crowded today. It might take us a little longer to get there. Plus, you might have some questions for me. And he begins to escort you.
Name?
This guy's name is
Random
Guard number 2.
Randall, the Random Guard.
Hey.
Yes, thank
Randall.
Randall.
Yes.
That's
Sorry for not
Randall,
introducing.
Deep breaths. It'll be okay. It's just a party.
That it is. Just a party. And well, there's a lot riding on this party. The city needs to feel normal again. And you're a big key to that. They need to see strength and a success story. Something to really brighten their spirits. There's a lot of people that lost people, and well, if they can see, we must be walking. And stepping out of the large double doors, 2 guards off to either side open them as he approaches, with you all in tail and the small children's trailing behind. One of them going over and tinkering with a stand of armor that has been decorating the halls before Sammy's mother. Like, Tice, back over here, come on. And then running out. Go ahead.
When they're like working on the armor, Riker says you need to reinforce the sides more. As is, those are kind of weak.
Who are you talking to? You're talking to the child?
No, whoever. Sorry, you said that someone's working on armor.
Oh, I said they were just toying with armor. They were over there.
Oh, sorry, I think you said someone was working on armor. Sorry, I misheard.
No, you're fine. Yeah, he was just over there, like looking at it, like picking up the whatever you call the part that almost looks more like a skirt. Anyways.
The skirt.
Yeah, we'll just say that.
I think it's actually called the skirt.
It might be.
I have no idea.
I do like the idea of Riker schooling these kids on how to make the armor better, though.
just internally, Riker's like, that's not practical. It doesn't look very practical, but okay.
Stepping out into the royal... Go ahead.
Ardu.
Yes. I am so sorry. A terrible DM. I always forget about your dragon.
Right.
God forbid,
And I'm
how
trying to
could
think
you?
is we would leave him as dragon, or would because we're heroes, I think that she'd want him to be recognized for what he is.
Yeah.
I could see that.
So
Let's go,
yeah,
Ardu!
yeah.
Coming
So
out
I'm gonna
party.
leave him dragon form, but I think I'm gonna change his color to like a green instead of the red. So when I yeah, so he changes from a red dragon to a green dragon because it'll match my outfit better.
Okay. Very interesting.
Accessorize your dragon?
Can do that.
Why not?
Yes, he does acid now. It's fine.
Don't we all?
It's gonna be tripping balls.
I want to party with your
Some kind of
dragon.
acid, but sure.
What was I going to say? Randall notices the dragon as it's coming out of the dungeon. Oh, I'm sure that thing is trained. Just
Thing? Excuse you?
yes. The royal
Ardu?
beast, Ardu.
His name is Ardu. He's not a beast.
Fair enough. The dragon Ardu, as
Yeah.
I
that's fair.
imagine he's going to take part in the parade as well. There will be a lot of children around. Please make sure to keep him on an incredibly tight leash.
You know he understands you, right?
I do not know. I don't have a
He heard
habit of
everything
talking
you
with
said.
dragons.
To be fair, everyone thought this was a horse until today, so...
That's not true.
Yeah,
His siblings knew it was a dragon all along. They've been playing with him for weeks or for days.
To be fair,
Hours?
I mean, she has been having it disguised as different things.
mostly been a
So-
horse.
Yeah.
Makes no sense because of its size, and I do ride it as a mount. So
Are you riding him as a mount as you
No.
go through the
Not very.
city?
no, he's just following along.
Okay. After that relatively awkward interaction, where Randall walks away feeling uncomfortable by being corrected so many times, he goes back into the talking about the itinerary for the day. Queen Raedra and Royal Magician Ganrahast will be unveiling the monument to the fallen. That is where we will start the day. Then a parade will come by and take you on a circle around the promenade, starting from the west gate all the way to the east. After that, there will be a little bit of free roam time where you're able to take part. There festivals, games, food, prizes down on the southern half of the city. It's mostly to appease the commoners. But you're welcome to take part. And then at promptly 7 o'clock, there will be a meet and greet where all of the nobles that are arriving for the Heroes Feast will have an opportunity to meet with each and every one of you, shake your hand, and then the feast will commence at 8. Do you have any questions?
You said this all starts in about 2 hours. Do we have some time to go pick up our clothes and just...
We gotta get clothes for Sammy's family too.
As
Yes.
long as you are there at outside of the Royal Magician's Tower in 2 hours. Be careful. When the streets are as filled as they are, that's when the pickpockets come out. We've got extra guards on duty here today, calling Purple Dragon Knights from the neighboring towns and cities. Plus, there is a special surprise. You should make your way down to the docks when you have your free roam time. And I think there's something that you might personally want to see to. A certain someone is shackled up.
Are you gonna push us in the water?
No, I think they're talking about the brother,
Quintus.
Quintus.
Um,
I don't know if I want to see that.
Might be interesting to see his change.
he's been placed in the stockades, and it's a morale-boosting opportunity to let all of the other citizens feel like heroes. They were all getting a fair whack at the villain that sought destruction to their lands. I thought it was a perfect idea. I myself, very early adopter in this. Took the queen a little convincing, but I think it'll be great. And you can see that he's very smug and happy with this decision to have this particular individual
Prisoner tortured.
Yes, prisoner tortured
so
by the hands of the citizens of the realm.
Yeah.
But he leaves you to the rest of your days, sort of as you're rounding beyond the gardens, and you are free to go to your tailors and pick up your garments, and get your family some clothes, maybe not tailored, but something.
Ready wear.
Suitable.
Oh wait, I should do have a picture of what Riker would look like once he gets his new outfit.
Is this in the memes?
Throw it in there.
Yeah. I got you.
Arsis has a tuxedo?
Yeah, she's got a pantsuit.
Uh-oh.
How about that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fancy boy Riker.
Cane and all.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool. Sammy frantically searching the web, trying to find a picture for his
Turtleneck.
outfit.
Oh,
Fancier turtleneck.
Nope, not at all. Sammy is shunning all of that. He's gonna be there in his regular clothes.
Just clean.
Yeah, but to be fair, your regular clothes are slightly fancier than the rest of us, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Also-
Herc bullied me into getting my suit, so I had to do it because it was just like, fine, if you just leave me alone.
While we're at the tailor's as well, I want to pick up some black thread, matching the description of what we were told to get.
Okay. It's relatively cheap. Selling it in sort of spools. I was thinking like a bundle, like yarn, but that was not. Selling it in a spool. For this particular thread, you're just paying like 5 copper pieces. Which is even on the higher end for what you would anticipate just thread to cost, but since it's silk and also from a high-end tailor. Anyways, one thing that you notice as you're venturing through the city, it is absolutely packed.
Ardu is in disguise while we're just in the throng. She doesn't want to create any sort of panics.
Okay.
But he'll be not disguised when we're on our parade.
Nice.
I need everyone to make perception checks. As you're absorbing in the city,
DMA proposed the fact that one, Arsis hates cities and super paranoid due to her history here, and 2, because Picaxford mentioned specifically she should get advantage.
I could say that, yeah. You would be extra on alert. Okay.
Rin knows this city and shit kids like the back of her goddamn hand.
Riker's the only one who's gonna suffer.
Riker just like it's almost like too much for him. He's just trying to just go forward.
I imagine that whatever's in Riker's
sleepy,
pockets,
he's overwhelmed.
kids don't want anyways. It's like buttons or like cogs or something, a vial of something.
Okay. As you all come out of the tailors, you feel like you witnessed something that maybe you shouldn't have. A group of people standing crowded together, handing out stacks of small pieces of paper, no bigger than your hand, maybe. And as they see you come out, they hurriedly stuff the papers into a small pouch and dart off in different directions. Rin and Jack, and fuck, you guys all got 20s.
Except
not
for Riker.
Except for Riker. You see in the commotion a single piece of paper float, now being kind of kicked around by passers-by. What do you do?
Ren will grab it.
Yeah, I was gonna, but yeah, you beat me to it.
Walking over to see the paper, kind of, excuse me, pardon me, and going over, and it continued to get stepped on and kicked. You eventually get the piece of paper cornered between two buildings, and you're able to pick it up and look at it. It's very plain. Just has words stamped in big letters that say, "Heroes feast while the poor starves."
I mean, it's not wrong.
Shit, are we the baddies?
We're not the ones throwing it, but we are partaking.
Your mother, Sammy, speaks up, if anything, just to the group. What does it say?
Ren will hold it up to everyone.
Can my mom read?
I don't know. Can your mom read?
I would think so.
She was raised in a church school.
I was about ready to say, yeah, she was raised Church of Lathander. She can read at least decently well.
Yeah, but there's only one flyer, so it's just one of those things where she's got to show it to her.
Yeah.
I thought the whole point of this feast was to feed the poor.
One of the feasts is to let the people know that there are people out there that care. Outside of that,
I mean,
think it's
do
just-
you think this might cause issues for the actual feast?
I doubt it. A single day? That kind of organization can't happen that quickly.
Maybe it's been going on longer than we think.
Well, I assume it's tied together with Mars Ember's problem. Maybe not the thieving, but at least the starving.
Sammy, Rin, and Jack. You're children of the streets, or at least Jack, you've been kind of through the streets enough in your recent days that I would like you to roll. I think.
Now,
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
oh, I was just in character. Like, if we could just teach everyone how to plot their own little land, this thing could be resolved really, really easily. You know, some carrots, some hardy vegetables, and I'm just gonna go on and on about that.
Let's
Go
see
ahead.
insight checks.
Okay.
Okay. I was gonna say if you wanted to use like your intelligence modifier for recalling what the people were wearing in this moment, but your perception was high enough that I think you would have had a relatively good glimpse. Rin and Sammy and Jack, you've been around poor and misfortunate a decent amount. You know the way that they dress, the way that they carry themselves, and the subtle nuances that differ from even middle-class families. These people that were carrying these posters, while they may have been dressed the part, it was a poor rendition of it. You get the feeling, or the sneaking suspicion, that these aren't actual citizens of Suzail, but
Paid
rather
actors.
instigators.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
hired them? No idea.
Just
There's one slight misconception I think you had, Arsis. This festival is not to feed the common people, it is to quell the common people. And I think someone else doesn't want them satiated, so to speak.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. If you feed them, then they won't be unquelled.
This, surprisingly, is cheaper. And just as effective.
I don't know about just as effective. Obviously, there are people out there who are really sick and ill, and
Short term.
back in Monroe, with like the forest provided, so we didn't need to like, worry about that stuff.
But the
Yeah.
point Jack makes is that it will make people have an emotional reaction. Not dissimilar to how food can make people have an emotional reaction, but this is a negative one.
I'm still not following y'all. Your big city politics are confusing.
It took me a
That tracks.
long time to learn them, so I don't blame you.
keep an eye out for individuals that might be trying to stir it up in the crowds when the actual thing kicks off.
That I can do. So
Good.
Yeah, if you see them, just point them out, keep an eye on them. We probably won't be in much of a position to do anything about it, but
Well, you
I mean, I-
speak for yourselves. I, fortunately, am not one of the brave heroes being celebrated tonight. My plan was to keep more of a lower profile anyway.
you're gonna
really easy
follow us
to
the entire way?
disappear
or-
when Herc's talking.
We'll cross those bridges when we get there, but just know if the limelight to show off the heroes comes about, I will probably be stepping aside and clapping with everyone else.
I understand. Your
We'll see
boots
how
on the
long.
ground. Our ear to the people.
Sure. Go with that.
in the minds and the hearts of the average person, right? Is that what you're gonna do?
I've been trying to do that for years. It's not that easy.
Oh, trust me, I know. All right. Well, we spent enough time wondering about this paper and these people. Let's. You have your clothes, right?
We have our clothes. Riker and I need to just make a quick delivery. We can meet you guys up at the tower.
You know, I can join you guys too.
No, it's okay.
I mean, if you guys got an errand, I can always go visit my mom and dad.
Yeah, it
Say-
won't take us too long, so you can go ahead
Yeah.
and do that.
Jack, Herc's got his parents. He's visiting his mom's brothel and all that stuff. Did you want to come with me, Jack? Or them?
Where are we
Oh.
gonna go in the three children
You
standing?
guys can meet my mom and dad.
Sammy, you could show the kiddos around.
Yeah, I don't think meeting your parents Aren't they? I'm gonna lean in. Aren't they in jail?
No.
They're on
House
house
arrest.
arrest.
House arrest.
That's
That's
rest,
right.
yeah.
They have a
That's
nice little villa on the other side of town. We've been there.
Like
House arrest in a villa. I gotta stop asking questions.
I'll take them around. Come on. We'll go check some things out. I'll point some areas out, and you can be my curious little eyes in this area and point things out for me that I've missed.
And the youngest two start running off south.
I get back over here.
We're right here. You can see us.
A lot of people out there. Can't just go running out into the crowd. It'll be hard to keep track of you.
Do you need help corralling them, Sammy?
If you would be so kind.
Come on, kids. Let's follow Big Brother
Might have to-
Sammy.
Have to get a leash or something like that for them.
Will you put me on your shoulders so I can see?
Sure. Yup.
Nice. Picking up Tice, putting him on your shoulder. Gwendol looks at Sammy.
Get over here.
Nice. Now, two youngins on both of your shoulders. Which one of you is taller?
I'm only like
I'm guessing Jack.
probably
That's
Jack.
In my
truthfully.
head canon,
Yeah.
it's Jack, but I don't know how tall Jack
I was
is.
picturing Jack. I was picturing Jack just over the 6 foot mark somewhere. Like,
But like, he could also be a short king. You could try that.
nah,
Yeah, I'm 5'9".
Sammy's working.
nah, this is D&D. I'm 6'1".
Okay.
I'm 5'11" in real life, so I'm 6'1" in D&D.
Nice.
Yeah, no, Sammy's definitely a short king.
5'9". I'm average height in modern America. I'm a giant in this time. Are you kidding me?
Alrighty.
Because you ate your vegetables.
So we have three-way split. Arsis is going to visit her parents. Rin and Riker are going to run an errand, and Sammy and Jack are heading further south into the city.
Luckily, I have a mount, so I can get there and get done fast.
Okay, we will do.
Riker and Rin should be pretty quick.
We'll do Arsis, Rin and Riker, and then Sammy and
I
Jack.
mean, ours is just narrative, so yeah.
Yeah.
Ours is just
Arsis,
whatever.
heading over to your parents' place. You find.
I'm gonna bring
Go
them
ahead.
my party clothes to hang on to while
Oh.
we're before, so I can change into them later.
As you open up their gate to start heading towards the front door, they just appear to be stepping out of it as you see the door open up, and they are in their formal attire. Your father wearing Purple Dragon Knight uniform, freshly polished, and your mother in War Wizards purple robes, and wearing a formal bent hat. And they see you and you're rushing up, clothes in hand. We were wondering when we were going to get to see you. And your father chimes up, I didn't think we were going to see you until the feast.
Well, everyone was just kind of busy, so I thought I'd stop by and say hi. Why y'all wearing that stuff? I thought you guys were disbarred or something.
It's habit, I
the
guess.
Isn't the trial tomorrow?
No, I think we still have a few more days. But let's not talk about those uncomfortable things. Let's focus on celebrating you, hero of the realm.
Do I need to get you new outfits because of the whole situation? Will you offend somebody showing up like that? Since they're stupid rules and they're make-believe laws and stuff?
Well, they are real laws, and You know, your mother's oath is actually a very powerful spell that almost forces her to keep her word. Listen,
Clearly,
we're
that's
getting
why
it.
she was unable to come home for 20 years.
We're getting into the weeds. I know you're not in your formal attire. I can't wait to see you wear it, but you look
I
well.
was hoping you guys would hang on to it for me so I could change before the party, because apparently we got a parade or something. I don't know. It feels like a lot of work.
I've seen some of the floats. They let us out to go look at them. I think everything's going to be okay. The Queen paid us a formal visit, and she was actually the one that took us on a little tour. I think she's going to pardon us for our wrongdoings against the crown.
You didn't do anything against no crown.
I know you've lived in Monroe, a small, simple place. That's where we put you with Sasha, rest her soul. But these are royal politics, and they don't always make sense. They do,
This
but
whole city doesn't make any sense.
it's hard to understand sometimes.
You know that everybody has all this land, these little yards, these little green spaces, and they don't even grow food? They waste it on stupid things like roses. Can't eat roses, can't survive on that. No wonder the city's so hungry.
And he walks over to the garden that's been recently tended to now that they're home, and he plucks out a rose and walks it over to you. Smell this. Just smell it.
All right. I smell it. Smells like a rose.
It's beautiful. And he puts it into his nose and pushes it in so far that you could swear you see pollen on his nose after he pulls it out. But these are beautiful things.
And with the right amount of sugar and some other ingredients, they actually make pretty decent tea, but you cannot survive on it. So it is just taking up resources where you could plant carrots or zucchinis or tomatoes.
The city's different. The city people, they have city problems.
The only problem I've heard about in the 2 cities I've visited, I'm sorry, the 4 cities that I've visited now, is that everyone's hungry.
Well, there was a plague, and a lot of the country villages, they were infected. Their people still making sure that they're healed and gestures green. The crops weren't able to be harvested or utilized, and so we're having to import a lot of food. We had a natural disaster, or I guess you can't really call it natural. It was an unnatural, demonic.
I was really a part of it, Dad, I promise. But you would solve that if everyone could grow their own food. Like, we didn't have to rely on imports and exports and all. I don't get the city. I don't get it at all. Don't like it. There will be a garden in my estate. Oh, by the way, the Queen gifted us an estate.
That's wonderful.
It's kind of big and gaudy and run down a little, but we'll make it work.
When you're older, we'll talk about the dangers of isolationism when it comes to country politics.
I'm a full-on adult. I'm 20 years old. You guys should know how old I am. You gave birth to me and then left.
It was a time of war. Daughter.
20 years.
Daughter, let me take your clothes and put them inside. We are going to head to the monument for the unveiling. We want to get close. There's something
You're gonna let
might
you just wander around unsupervised?
And he lifts up his breeches to show a small metallic circlet around his ankle.
Ah, he's got his own little...
We won't be able to leave the city even if we tried. We can't use magic or anything. Yep, fantasy house arrest. Besides, we're not going anywhere. So they've loosened the leashes a little bit. Like I said, the queen came by. We're pretty confident that the jury is going to give us a pardon. We'll probably be honorably discharged from our duties, but that'll free us up to do other things.
All right.
Maybe
well,
I'll
at least
open
that's
up a
good.
tea shop or something, and you can help me figure out different herbs and teas and things, and your mom can maybe have a library or something. Who knows? We'll think of something. We'll be retired. Maybe we'll visit you, buy an estate nearby, and live next door or something. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, we got some catching up to do. Oh, by the way, where is Mom?
She had spoken to you once, but I default to a male voice a lot of times, so she was just kind of standing off to the side. And she takes your clothes and places them inside on the coffee table before stepping back out. Arsis, I think it would be really good if you had the opportunity to view the monument up close. So we're going to go there and hold a spot in front. That way, after...
I only have about however much time until I have to be someplace. There's a parade and I have to be ready for it or something, we were told. So if there's time, I'm happy to go, but the city's kind of big.
It won't take long. The opening ceremony is at the unveiling of the monument and will be front and center. So just find us in the crowd and come down afterwards. There's something that I think you're gonna want to see.
All right.
And they lock arms, and even your mother locks arms with you, even just brief enough to walk past the gate and then turn north to head towards the promenade. Do
I would walk with
you
them
walk
until
with
it
them?
got for a little wise, yeah. I don't know exactly how long it took us to get here and how much time I have until I get back.
Yeah, I mean
But
they're heading
ours
to
would
where
be,
you're supposed
like-
to be.
Yeah, 20 to 30 minutes early. So if that's where we're going, I would just go with them then.
Yeah, that would be perfectly fine. Alrighty, making your way
Just
to
kind
the...
of talking about adventures. I'll explain what's been going on the last 2 days. I'll leave like the Sammy stuff out because I don't want to ruin the mood.
Mhm.
But I'll talk about like Sammy's siblings. I'll talk a little bit about Mars Ember, and then little things, Bryn's performances, and maybe talk about maybe she's gonna sing tonight. That would be really great. Just random adventure stuff, kind of filling them in about some of the stuff that we haven't had a chance to really talk about.
And they're
times we've
thoroughly
been able to
enthralled. And you often catch your... give me an insight check. As you're talking to your parents and kind of every now and then, rather than talking forward as you're walking, you're looking over to them. And with a 23, you see their eyes. And they're not even looking where they're going half of the time. They're looking straight at you. You have their full, undivided attention as they are hanging on your every word. And sometimes it might even feel like they're not listening because of a lack of response. But with a 23 insight, you realize that it's just like pure adoration and happiness and getting lost in just the bliss of having their daughter and a sense of normalcy again.
Yeah, and I think about halfway through the stories, we'll switch from adventures with my friends to stories about Sasha. Get a little more somber, but I like all of the things that little antidotes about Sasha and things like that are going to come up, and we'll start talking about that, and that's kind of where I want to leave it. So
Okay.
I don't want to go into details about that. But
No, you're good. You'll have an opportunity a little bit later. Rin and Riker, where are you going?
We're going to the
Oh,
Ring of
Rin.
Coins, baby.
I knew that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Rin's gonna lead Riker through all the weird little directions that she used to take.
I want to say
Like at one point, Riker's just like, "Wait, I'm pretty sure we just did a complete circle. Where are we going?"
You'll see. I used to spend a lot of time here.
All right.
After my mom kind of lost her way and I was on my own, I spent a lot of time in this basement, which sounds worse than it is, but
Yeah, that. I'm not gonna comment, but yeah.
it was the best situation I could have at the time.
taking the back streets and eventually making yourself all the way to number 59 in the map, the Ring of Coins, definitely in the rougher part of town. The closer you get to the docks, the more dilapidated the buildings start to look, unkempt. And as she takes you into the back alley and you find the cellar door, and you find that somebody has locked it again, but pulling out the familiar brick and finding the key, able to unlock it and step back down into the dark cellar. Where do you place it? Just anywhere?
She'll probably pick a shelf towards the back. Not like hidden, but definitely tucked. And then she'll make sure to not lock the door when she leaves.
Oh, okay. Very thoughtful. Very smart. I was going to think about that. Okay.
Yeah, so it is now in a place where someone can find it.
All right.
I'm still not entirely sure about all of this, but
Neither. It's, I don't think it's one of the better things that I've done, morally. But I think it'll be pretty safe here.
well, for a time, I suppose I just can't stop thinking about what we could be unleashing here.
Do you think it's gonna be more than a soul stolen? Not that that's nothing. That's a lot, but
Well, that's the part that scares me the most. I don't know. But also, we really should tell Miss Arsis and Mr. Dawes about this.
and Herc.
And Herc.
Yeah, we will. Let's let everyone else have a fun feast day first.
Right. Yeah, we'll be sure to tell them after.
Alrighty. And I imagine that concludes your little interaction.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty.
think so.
Sammy and Jack heading further south into the city. You start to see more of the festival arrangements. The royal northern portion, where the rich and the nobles, a lot of theirs looked relatively unchanged. A few streamers here and there. Things were extra tidy and clean, like somebody had come through the streets and maybe polished the stones, maybe with magic or something to make them look extra cleanly. But down here, the festivities are ramped to a million. Banners and streamers and ribbons, poppers, lots of distractions. You see a couple like carnival stalls where somebody's tossing little balls at cans that are piled up. strongman competition, smacking the bell, your standard carnival fare. And off in the distance, you hear the deep thrumming of like a booing sound of a discourse happening in the distance. And you can just make out what originally appeared to just be party favors being tossed around now appear to be food, rotten, being lobbed at an individual in a stockade. Yeah, how do you proceed?
We're just kind of pointing things out, and then
Do you steer
seeing
the
how
kids
things-
away from it?
oh yeah.
Or, okay.
Oh, I would be trying to see. I'd be like wandering not directly towards it, but I would be immediately going away because I'm a curious sort myself. But oh, come on! I kind of want to see what the commotion's about myself.
I don't know if I want
Gwendol on your shoulders. Sammy, can we go play that game? In points at a small tub with what appear to be little rubber ducks.
I mean, does it look safe?
It's one of the carnival games where you don't win.
Yeah.
Of course, it looks safe.
Okay.
But for an excuse for Gwendol to be pulled off of Jack's shoulder to allow him a little more freedom of movement.
Let the kid down to go play the game.
Yeah.
Just watch them for a second, Sammy. I'll be right back. And I kind of wander towards the hubbub.
Oh God.
You see a line forming, this crowd of masses throwing rotten food up at this individual. But you also see a line forming where a city guard at the bottom of this platform is... Okay, this is supposed to be the feast time. We're not there yet, music bot.
Surprise, we're not there when you planned.
Well, it's only just hour long loops. And I forgot to loop it. Loop song. Okay. And what a joyous song to watch somebody being, tortured in the stockades. You see a guard standing at the base of the stairs, holding out his hand, and somebody appears to be giving some sort of ticket to them and stepping onto the stage. And as they get to the top of the stairs, another guard hands them a dagger. And they walk over with this dagger and they stab the man that is in the stockades.
Oh, buddy.
A person in heavy armor directly behind the victim places a hand on their back after being stabbed, and you can see the wound of where it was being closed.
They're not killing him, they're hurting him and healing him so he can keep getting hurt again. Got it. Yeah, he watches this with a very grim kind of face and looks around at the people in the crowd, I assume also throwing food and jeering and egging on. And then I look up at the man himself. This isn't like a famous bad person. Is this just the stockades in general?
This is unfortunately somebody that you would not have had personal ties with, but you would hear some of the crowd members murmuring about it You hear the name Quintus get repeated often. And you also hear, I heard this was the guy that was responsible for the plague.
Takes that in, looks over at the suffering this man is enduring. Ilmater, I don't know if he deserves this kind of suffering. I can't do anything about this, though. I don't want to say watch over him, but see that the justice is just, and only just. In my silent little prayer to Ilmater as I watch this scene unfolding, I'll kind of take it in and then fade back into the crowd and return over to Sammy. Like, kind of 1,000-yard stare for a second, but then I see the kids and go, oh, you don't want to go over there. It's really boring. And I kind of give Sammy a look that, like, I'm lying to these kids. Do not take them over there.
One of the last things that you hear before you leave the area is you hear somebody ask, did you go get your voucher? And the other person's like, no, where do I even get something like that? Well, you have to show proof of death at the yada yada office, and then they give you a voucher for 1 stab per killed family member.
God.
So a little more history into the reason behind it.
Yeah, he's taking all of that in and is putting on his happy facade that whether it's realized by the rest of the party or not, there is a facade to the happiness that he exhibits all the time. But yeah, basically just like I think he'll like have the kids playing the game, come up to Sammy and just the guy responsible for the plague is getting his punishment.
Yeah, I mean, all the fruit being tossed at him, it's kind of humiliating.
It's more than that. Let's just say I have thoughts about punishments and suffering, but making it a public spectacle is another thing. And it's not just fruit.
I'm gonna kind of slide around then and make sure that when the kids look, they look up at me and don't have any chance of looking at the spectacle that's happening 100 or so feet away from them.
And as they were standing over the bucket of ducks, something else catches their eye. An incredibly oversized teddy bear just off to the side, and Gwendol runs over in that direction. Sammy, can you win that for me? And you see the game in front of it is the typical strongman with the hammer and the bell.
I can certainly try, but I think Uncle Jack here could probably do a lot better at that than me. How about that, Jack?
Oh, I might be able to do something. No guarantees. I'm not the strongest man around. But yeah, why not? Let's have a little fun.
This is where her shine.
And I will kind of rub my hands together, and as I do, I'm going to cast guidance on myself to give a little blessing to my muscles to win this big teddy bear.
Nice.
And I will pick up the hammer and try and ring the bell. Why not?
Alrighty. It'll be a copper piece. So somebody must take that out of their inventory.
Yeah. I I have money on this character. You got it though.
That's fine. I got it. You're winning it for my my siblings.
For your kid.
About to say my kids.
New
Yeah,
lore
I was
just
like-
dropped. Sammy actually
No,
had.
let's not, no. Let's not do that. Nope.
Oops, we did an Oedipus.
we don't want Oedipus.
Ew.
No Oedipus. No Oedipus.
Oh, it's that kind of campaign. I see.
Oh, what's
Oops.
that?
Too Greek.
Okay. Give me a strength or an athletics rather.
Plus my 4 on the D4. Okay. Plus athletics. only 16.
Okay. 16, you slam it down slightly off center. The bell, or not the bell, but the fucking, what the hell is it called?
Wait.
The ringer.
Yeah, the weight that gets launched up. Sammy, give me a perception check as you're watching this. You notice that he hit it pretty hard,
Mhm.
but it seemed to stop or slow unnaturally. About halfway up, it started to slow unnaturally, and the gentleman that's operating the game. So close, yet so far. Would you like to try again?
Absolutely, he would. And I'll pat him on the shoulder, and I'll look at Jack, and I'll give him a little wink, and I'll give the copper piece. I'll step back, and as subtly as I can, I will cast Mage Hand,
Okay.
and I will direct the hand to the underside of the weight.
This is why you can't leave the rogue and the paladin alone.
Okay, give me a stealth check to see how easily you can cast this magic. Okay. Slipping behind the rest of your family in order to do the somatic components, you're able to successfully cast Mage Hand, and you can make it invisible, correct?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Oh, you're one of those. Okay. I was wondering. Alright, well,
Go ahead.
I guess I'll try this again if you want, kids. All right.
He says,
And I'm like,
it's not that hard. Look, I can do it. And you see him step back, and you can see his hand placed onto the back of the contraption as he's bending over to pick up a different mallet. And he comes over and he swings it down and straight up and clangs the bell. And then he flexes on you, T-poses, and goes back to does a dab at the end and goes back to the and he places the mallet back down, and as he's nonchalantly trying to make it seem like he's leaning against the tower, places his hand back in a similar position before allowing you to strike it one more time.
all right, one more little prayer of guidance, and I will try it again. Having no idea what Sammy is doing or anything.
Sammy, what is your Mage Hand doing?
It is going to push the bell through whatever effect it is having on the weight, and to help ding the bell.
Okay.
So just a straight roll then? Still?
Yeah.
Cool. That's fine. This is a carnival game. 22.
Okay. Mage Hand, unfortunately, with its 5 pounds of push or pull, probably wouldn't have been able to do 10 pounds. 10 pounds of push or pull still probably wouldn't have been able to do a whole lot. But the 20 was the DC to break through it, anyways. And so you can see it slide slowly, and then it just barely taps the bell, making a gong. And he looks out at you in a somewhat shocked face like trying to hide it as best as he can, squinting his eyes even, trying to discern how you were able to do that. Do you give any response to his gaze?
Dab on him. Dab on him.
I lean against the hammer. You're right. That wasn't that bad. I'll take that giant teddy bear over there.
That's the only prizes that he has are just giant ones, alluring people over to try to waste their coins on what should have been almost unwinnable game for commoners. And he pulls it down and only one prize. One prize. You're not able to play this game anymore. Thank you for your coin, I guess. Have a good
You're
festival.
very
Not a
welcome.
problem.
Thank you for having us here, good sir, with a big smile on my face. And I give the big teddy bear to the little kid. Here you go.
It's bigger than they are. With
Now,
the
Carry-
holding it
Hold that over your head. So that
like
it
this,
doesn't
you
get
see
dragged
the
on the
awkward
ground.
posture of the back, and even the foot is still like dragging across the ground as she's trying to carry it towards the destination. But you can
I
see
will,
poking out
carry it
between
for
the
her if she
arm
wants
and the
to.
head where her face is, not being able to see where she's going is just pure glee.
If she wants me to carry it, I will help her carry it.
She protests for a little bit, at least a block or two, before the weight becomes almost unbearable. And you can see that even though she's still smiling from excitement, like there's that wince of like, oh, this hurts, but I'm so happy, I don't want to let it go. And eventually she allows you to take the bear from her. But she continues to kind of almost turn and walk as she's looking at it in disbelief. And Sammy, as you're holding it, this is not well made.
It's
The
not.
stitching is
covered.
incredibly loose. The stuffing is incredibly flat. And you don't know what it's stuffed with, but it feels like a lot of different things. You find softness in some spots. You find things that are crinkling in others to their touch. But to a young child, all she sees is a big teddy bear. Is there anything else that you wanted to do before we got to the opening ceremony?
Oh, I'd probably direct the kids away from that mess that was over there and head over maybe any other little events that we can see on the way back to the promenade.
I would just walk with him a little bit, and I think before you move on to him, there was just a quick moment that I'll narrate for Jack as he's looking out over the city of Suzail and like the skyline. Is the prison visible?
The prison is over here. So it
Just,
would
like,
have
the
been
roof in like the distance or anything like that. Probably not.
not from walking within inside of the probably. I tell you what, once you got here to the promenade, to walk eastward towards the thing, you could probably see it from there, as this portion of the city rests a little bit higher on a slope, that you would probably be able to see the parapets from where you're at.
Yeah. Sammy, you notice Jack stop at that intersection and is staring off towards the south. It's south of that spot?
It's
Number
52. 52 is
52.
the barracks. 50 is where you
Okay.
guys it's a marketplace.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just stops for a second and is just staring off at that building.
What's the what's going on?
Oh,
Just staring off a little bit
Yeah.
there.
yeah, sorry. Kind of lost in thought there for a second. Don't worry about it.
Opera for the thought.
I don't think you guys can see my notes, but that's a link to all the numbers and what they correspond to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to shake it off, and then I look at Sammy again, and that prison down there. I said I used to live in Suzail, but truth is, that's where I stayed for about 9 years.
Looks lovely. Looks comfortable. What for?
I'm about to tell you, and then I look down at the small children with like the big happy teddy bear. Call it civil unrest, but I'll give you the details later. Come on, kids. Let's go find the rest of the party. Your big brother's about to be honored soon. And the facade is back on, and he's all smiles and like animating the teddy bear for the kid as we walk. Like the code switch is instant.
Sammy takes a step back and just watches everybody having a good time there. There's a brief moment that he'll allow himself to smile. But the minute that somebody looks at me, the smile goes away.
Great. As you all arrive in front of the Wizard Tower, see a large group of people gathered in the promenade, and you see a large canvas-like sheet draped over a skinny, tall, flat object in the center, similar to where you would see, basically, I don't have it animated on the map, but number 3 is the War Wizard's Tower, or the Royal Magician's Tower, and this section that would have trees in it has been removed entirely and is now covered in this cloth, and a stage directly off to the side of it, elevated a few feet off of the ground in order for the Queen to address the citizens. You still see a lot of people are gathered, but overwhelming majority of people are elsewhere, down at the docks or enjoying the festival itself, but not necessarily at the ceremony. You see Herc and Arsis, even Rin and Riker standing up there. Arsis, your parents standing in front of the monument, and Herc's family not on the stage as well. But you see Ganrahast, you see Edwin, so Riker, your father is up on stage. And the Queen is there, and she is not in a dress, but in her armor, polished. It's not battle ready. This is like a formal attire for displaying strength. Let me peep what's going on in the chat. Okay, memes. Makes
Memes.
sense.
Yeah,
Very
just
cute.
memes in the meme chat.
Okay, Jack, where do you position yourself?
I think I would basically be with the group up until they're like about to go on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but like, I would not go on stage. I would be like standing off to the side of the stage, or if they asked me to like step down and be in the crowd, I would do that. I basically go along with wherever like ushers told me to go, but not with the party to anywhere where it's like, this is the heroes stand. Like, I'm not going to do any of that.
Yeah.
Deliberately will remove myself if that becomes the case.
No. I think if you were to, they're walking up onto the stage, you would see a petite man in formal attire standing there, checking off on a clipboard a piece of paper. And as he looks at you, he places an arm out. Your name, please, sir?
Oh, Sir Jack Dawes.
Sir
I
Jack
might not be on the list.
Dawes. I do not see you on the list. Are you one of the heroes of the...
No, I recently started traveling with them, but I am not one of the heroes being honored today. I am merely accompanying them for the day.
Right this way. If you're part of the party, you can stand with their relatives and the other people that are here visiting on their
Perfect.
behalf. And it is front and center in front of the monument. You can see that there is a large purple rope that kind of spans in front of the stage, separating the people that are royalty or people that are with the heroes. And they are obviously being given special treatment to the rest of the citizens of the city, or of the realm as a whole, for those of them that have traveled. So you make mental note of that segregation as you're being led into a separate, more privileged portion of the ceremony. Time passes, a brief 10 or so minutes of you all standing on stage. Edwin comes over and shakes your hand, Riker. And, well, it's the big day. You've earned it. Do you have a speech prepared?
Riker, you see just the panic in Riker's face. Do I need
Through the
one?
lenses. And he just pats you on the shoulder. Of course not. There's no speech for you guys. We wouldn't burden you with that. I mean, if you wanted to, you could certainly try, but this is pretty scripted. You might have an opportunity later at the feast to propose a toast or something, but right now it's just for the Queen, and Ganra has to speak. I'm just up here out of formality as the Lord Magister.
Oh, gotcha. So we just stand right here then and wait for the speech to be over?
Unfortunately, yeah. Your time to shine will be the parade. There will be pinatas, like fungal creatures for you to smack, and candy will burst forth, and all sorts of shenanigans like that. But yeah, you're just gonna stand here, and they might even look over in your direction, and the crowd might cheer or something. You're just here as trophies to be honored because you're heroes.
Right. It sounds weird to say, but yeah.
I know I said it before in the tent at Knightswood, but I'm proud of you, and we couldn't have done this without you. So,
Well, I appreciate it. I doubt any of this could have been done without you either.
I mean, I already knew that. And then he says that kind of with a laugh, and he's like, I'm just kidding. Have fun today. And he gives you one more pat before assuming his royal station behind the queen next to Ganrahast, the royal magician.
I lean over to Ren and say, Is this a bad time to mention that I'm not great with crowds of people?
You know, there's always worse times. We'll get through it. If you need, just give me a squeeze and I'll try and help. It's just
This is
deep
where-
breaths.
We need Joseph because he would literally be the center of attention right now, and all of our characters don't do well in that except for him. Yeah. So the reason I pinged that is because Arsis would 100% disappear behind the podium. Like she just kind of fade away. She's standing up there. She's physically there, but nobody really notices her.
Fair enough. Where's Ardu? Is he off the stage, or is he in dragon form up on the stage?
I don't know. It would depend on what the expectation was. It also depends on how big the stage is. I might have just left him with my parents because it's easier in this particular crowd. If the stage is kind of small. Remember, he's the size of a horse.
Yeah. I think probably what would be most acceptable would be if he was either under the stairs or directly behind the stage, maybe his head kind of poking up above the stage, just right behind you. But I think if he were to try to remain in the crowd, the guards might come by and try to shoo him away for standing room, for more citizens to be able to get closer.
Oh yeah, the moment anybody was like, he's got to move, I'm like, he's with me, and then they'd be like, oh, sorry. So yeah, he can be off to the side of the stage or kind of towards the back or whatever.
Okay.
But Arsis will also be kind of lightly obscured. So
Perfectly
definitely
acceptable.
not bringing attention to herself here. This is awkward. Shouldn't like it. She's also constantly looking for threats.
Okay. Give me a perception check then, as the commencement speech begins.
27.
Wow, nice.
Okay. Not immediately, but shortly into Queen Rhaedra's speech, you see movements, patterns, as your eyes focus on the bigger picture, broadening your scope to be able to see as much as possible, aware that if you narrow it in too close, you might miss something, and your eyes see several individuals parting the crowd all simultaneously, 2, 3 from the left, 2 from the right, kind of skirting in between, stopping, and you, with a 27, which is very, very perceptive, would be able to see that along their path give me an insight check.
Not quite as good at these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks.
With your perception, you can tell that something changes. You can see that this appears to be similar people to what you saw outside of the tailors roaming through the crowd. And
Okay.
the mood changes. You can't quite put your finger on why or what their new feeling is, but that is what you see.
But
go
I'm
ahead.
assuming Sammy's hanging next to me, and I'll just point it out to him.
I'll look at like she'll probably describe one of them, and I'll step forward just slightly and try to see like what's going on with him, what he's doing, if he's dragging anything, if he's
Hold on, who are you approaching?
No, I'm staying on the stage. I take just a very subtle
Oh.
step forward, just
Gotcha.
so I can pull away from everybody else and just kind of like try to focus on the one guy and see if there's anything that I can.
I think it's
Got
like 2 or
on
3
what is it?
guys. I don't think it's just
Yeah,
one.
there's
Yeah.
several people, but you can train your vision on one.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, that's bad.
Can Rin notice that like Arsis and Sammy are like having a whole moment and also step in to like see if she can give him a bardic perhaps?
I mean, you can give him a bardic inspiration if you want. I think that'll be the final perception roll that I would allow
Yeah.
for this particular instance. But yeah, you can try to give him a bardic if you'd like.
Try a bardic.
I think you'd need to roll an 8 though.
I think he needs an 8. Up to you if you want it.
Yep,
You-
nope.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
with a 10, you can see the people that Arsis has pointed out, especially with her aid of pointing them out to you. But in order to be able to get a good enough look at them, to be able to understand what exactly it is that they're doing, you can guess based on what Arsis told you and what you had seen with your own eyes from the past. But as far as gauging how the others are interested or disinterested in it, you're unable to discern.
Yeah. I can't tell. I can't see anything.
The queen talking, not with a microphone, but her voice is booming across the crowd, and the music and the festival coming from the southern end of the city. Citizens of Cormyr, today, though it might appear, this is not a victory. We gather where the road is widest so that no one can pretend they didn't see what we have lost. Names, homes, entire families. Some of them went so fast we didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye. She goes on to explain that the rebuilding process will be difficult, especially being only 24 years, or no, I'm sorry, not 24, but a few decades removed from the last major war with the Netherese. She then explains the heroics and gestures over to you all standing off to the side in your fight against Zuckmoy at Knightswood Tree. I will allow all of you to give me an insight check.
There's one more thing I want to do really quick.
Okay.
While she's giving that speech,
That's what I was hoping.
I want to flip the switch on my mask and use detect magic, just to kind of see if anything's out there.
Okay.
That was key.
Was it? Is it 60 feet?
I
30.
think so.
30? Okay. Sammy.
Yes, sir.
Going into the details of the heroics of you all, and even talking about the heroics of Ganrahast, and the sacrifices that were made in order to cleanse the people that were still alive, there's one thing that you notice, and you don't know if it's intentional or not, but it's especially fitting because it's so close to you. She didn't once mention the Echo of Netheril, the artifact that was arguably one of the most powerful reasons why the city was saved. She leaves that out from her speech. And as you'll soon realize, Ganrahas does as well. She leaves the podium and allows Ganrahas to step forward. I will not keep you long. Many of you know me only as a title, Royal Magician, War Wizard. He goes on and he takes a lot of the blame for not being more prepared for the event, for not doing more immediately to remedy it. He humbly asks them to all remember the brave men and women who fought to protect them on the front lines at the gates of Suzail, and in the neighboring cities and towns, and more importantly, at the Knightswood Tree with the battle with all the infected. He then ends with the following line. They all knew the cost, and they all chose to do it anyways. Let no one say magic saved us cheaply. And he gives a motion, and guards on the promenade will grab the tarp and pull it back. And what you see is the deepest black granite slab. At first, this seems incredibly underwhelming. Looking at it from a distance, it's just a dark stone. It almost even seems to be absorbing the light, no reflections that you can see. Jack, being especially close to the monument, you can see the tiny notches in the slab itself, carvings. And as you peer closer, you can see that they're names. And one of the guards is motioning to one of the nobles standing off to your left that are there. And he says, come closer. Think of someone that you lost. And they close their eyes, and their eyes light up, and they immediately go to a section of the slab. And as they're looking, something that you can't see, but they're looking at this name, and something seems to be gripping them more than just seeing a simple name. And you hear the murmurs from the guard as he's whispering to them. It's imbued with magic. You can talk to the ones that you've lost. And the purple rope that separates the common folk from the nobles or the guests has been lowered, and the citizens flood towards the monument itself. But you all are free to engage with the monument if you wish, or prepare yourself for the quick parade, which I think I'd just quickly narrate rather than have anything happen there, so we could fast forward to the feast.
Right. Mom, my parents said that they need to talk to us after the event, or talk to me after the event.
You would see your parents still standing down close, and they've transitioned from the front of the monument now to the back side of the monument, and you find them. And your mother looks at you, and then looks at the monument itself. And she says, "Go ahead." Think of Sasha.
Arceus won't.
Okay. That also says quite a lot about what that loss means to your character. Do you feign the interaction?
No, I'm gonna change the subject and then start. Have you met? Well, I know you've met some of them, but we made a new friend recently. Would you like to meet Jack? And I'll just change the subject and steer them away from it.
They kind of look at each other and share a moment of grief over the acknowledgement that that this loss has cut you deeply.
She's just not ready to deal with it. Like, I mean, she had her memories and her keeping Sasha alive the
Mhm.
day before with
Yeah.
her parents in a private setting. She's not ready to do it publicly yet.
Makes absolutely perfect sense.
She also hates all this pomp and circumstance. She doesn't like she's still trying to fill out how she feels about the city, her trauma there. So overall, it's just no. We're gonna keep things light. We're keep things happy. We're gonna distract you and Jack.
Mhm.
Hey, I'd like you to meet my parents.
Oh. Hi. Yeah.
You see the Purple Dragon Knight uniform and the War Wizards, something that you are definitely familiar with from your
I
time.
kind of tighten up a bit, like I'm about to be given orders. Like the reaction to anyone in the army seeing like anyone as a drill sergeant, you kind of like stiffen up a little bit.
So this is my mother Raykrana and my father Arston.
It's an honor to meet both of you.
And being a person
This is
from
Jack Dawes.
intense military discipline, he sees you're tightening up and gives you a nod and tells you at ease. You don't need to be formal or anything around me. I'm nobody important.
Oh, that can't be true. Your daughter's a hero.
Yeah, she's the important one, not us.
Well, I mean, according to what Sasha told me, you guys were instrumental in the last war.
Well, I suppose that's partly true. I mean, we don't have to get into all that right now. Let's just
I was
celebrate.
gonna say, am I picking up the awkwardness between Arceus and her family in the moment when she's like calling
yeah.
me over?
Yeah.
Super weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. You can cut the tension with a knife.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Jack is a paladin of Lathander, which is not
No,
a god.
Il-
Herc,
Ilmater.
sorry, Ilmater. So Herc's the one that likes Lathander, and then the other two, right? Yeah, Herc. And I'll distract him like that. We'll talk about gods and stuff, like anything. To change
Sunni and
subject.
Timora and Lathander and all of the gods. Herc
Lions
is
and tigers and bears. Oh my.
Yeah.
He's a polyamorous paladin for sure.
mhm. Okay.
So while she's doing that,
It's not. I'm not wrong.
No, you're fine.
I would have gone with polytheistic, but
I was gonna say
polyamorous works
polytheism
too.
sounds like the right word.
Well, I
He
mean,
wants to fuck those gods.
one of them
Good
at
point,
least.
though.
I'm sure he would if given the opportunity.
I mean, to be fair, who wouldn't want to fuck a god?
you know, I think
Okay,
while
Gale.
Who is this, Gale? I was just gonna say.
I think while Arceus is doing that, Sammy's gonna try to. It's a few minutes before everything like kind of kicks off, right? We have a moment to like look at shit and whatnot.
You've got a pretty short window before you're supposed to be on the west end of town to be able to hop onto
That's
your parade floats, which I'm just gonna quickly breeze by so we can get to the feast. But
That's totally fine. Sammy's probably going to try to get down and into the crowd and try to track down the one guy that I was looking at.
all right,
That Arsis pointed out.
you can make a perception check at disadvantage because of the length of time that is gone by since the event, or you can make an investigation check straight roll.
Let's do investigation. Seems more appropriate. Oh, nice.
Okay. Working your way through a crowd, you start to see more than a few flyers that have littered the ground now, sharing a similar sentiment to the first piece of paper that you picked up in front of the tailors. One of them says, "They toast victory while we count graves." And as you're following this trail, you find an awkward interaction where you can see this semi-hooded figure with the pile of papers in his hand and a commoner, and you see them closer to the buildings, the South Promenade, and this commoner just decks the person that's handing out the flyers. Reels back and punches them in the face. And they just kind of hold their hands up with the flyers, and you hear them say something to the akin of, "You know it's true," before they kind of back up and kind of vanish further into the streets. But you have firm eyes on him. If you wanted to fully follow him, you could.
No, I think that's all I want to do at this point. I'll probably actually go to the guy that punched him really quick. So what was that all about?
That asshole's trying to sow dissent among the commoners out here,
What did he say?
handing out these stupid flyers. We're trying to mourn here, and he's... Look, the crown has given us something to be happy for in a time of loss, and they've given us this monument to honor our dead. They've given us food and festival, and in our city streets, our children are playing and having fun, something to take our minds off of it, but even still something to honor it. And this Jagoff just came in here and starts handing out these flyers.
Did he say anything?
Yeah, he was just saying that the crown doesn't really care about its people, and that the nobles are resurrecting their dead, and that ours are still remaining burned to the west.
I can understand the reaction then. I'll pick up one of the documents that are on the ground, and I'll probably stuff it in my pocket and head back to the platform.
And you see the one that you pick up says, money for a monument, but no medicine for the sick.
I just got to say that the man that Salmon was talking to, he is a true-blooded Suzailian, and I salute him.
What a patriot that guy was.
But as you all are hurried to the west of the city to hop on your platforms, your floats, I think, Arsis, this would be the biggest time for Ardu to shine, being drawn on a horse-led platform through the streets. And this is... it's a coin toss whether or not you feel that the imagery on the floats of slain fungal creatures and dangling fungal pinatas out for you, the heroes, with wooden swords to bash and break open, have the candy spill out into the streets, is insensitive, or whether or not it's heroic and cathartic for the people that are witnessing it. Jack, what would you be doing during this time?
I was thinking about that. I think he would be, because like in most parades, there's always people like standing off to the sides of the floats, walking with them as like escorts that aren't actually part of the attraction or anything, but like kind of right next to the crowd and kind of making sure the crowd stays on their side, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. He's that guy. He's like front one of the like in front of the float, off to the side, near where the crowd is standing, like in the parade and walking, but more like acting like security at that point.
Okay.
And I'm also going to be scanning the crowd to see if anyone's
all right
being fishy.
Give me a perception check.
I don't normally ask this for perception checks, but I feel like if he's deliberately looking around, I might try and guide myself, or is this not a situation for that?
Yeah, you can. I mean,
understand. All right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't see why not if you want to be, extra diligent.
It's another one. It's only a small bump. So perception.
Perception has to be the most rolled.
For sure.
Skill check for sure.
I rolled 2 ones in a row on the D4 and the D20.
Like Arsis would be like on the float, but she'd be kind of awkwardly waving, but not participating in any sort of faux battles or any of that bullshit.
What would you do for Ardu? Would you command him to act a certain way?
Honestly, I think she'd just be riding him. I think that makes the most sense along the side of the float.
Okay. Along the side of the float, you would be riding him?
I think so.
Okay. That's fair enough. What you would see, Arsis, as you're riding along on the dragon beside the float, and keep in mind that a lot of you are on your own floats. There is not just one designated for all of the heroes, but each float was meant to be an opportunity for the one hero to be gazed upon by the crowd. But you see a lot of people show initial shock, surprise, and just the hint of uncertainty before the dragon gets a little bit closer and they realize how under control it is, to then it goes to amusement and curiosity, and you even see an occasional child kind of reaching its hand out to try to like pet before a parent might slap the hand back into the crowd, and out of fear for their safety, not wanting to let the hand get too close to the dragon. But your Arsis, your particular float or your section probably garners the most attention because of Ardu and seeing a dragon within the city.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where you can tell that I'm super awkward about the attention, but I was like, I know I can't get out of this specific duty, so it's just kind of like.
In which it helps because, fortunately or unfortunately, the majority of the people are probably looking at Ardu rather than the rider of the dragon themselves.
Yeah. Exactly.
But the parade goes by, as far as you're aware, relatively uneventfully, with that low of a perception check. And
No, it was uneventful, DM. You just say it was uneventful. You don't point out my natural one again.
okay.
Fireworks!
With opportunities for you all to get changed should you wish.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah,
off-
props.
Oh, I will say on her float, Rin was playing Fungus Song
Okay.
with a more triumphant
Okay.
outro
Yeah,
whenever
not
she
the.
finished it. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Adding
Not
a
the
couple
sad,
lines onto
upsetting
the
one.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
I guess
that
I
would be
could.
really depressing.
Yeah, I guess I could ask Sammy and Riker. Arsis is already described, but is there anything you specifically would be doing on your float? Sammy, your mother and siblings would probably be riding, like sitting down on the float as honorary guests, and the same way with Herc, his parents might be there as well.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, Herc is flexing and telling stories and throwing things at the crowd and making like a full show of this.
Yeah, he totally takes the piñata and does some wrestling moves to it, and then grabs it and just rips it open in front of the children, and candy flies out into the crowd.
Yeah.
Does his signature hurricane move. Actually,
There you
wasn't that a
go.
sex move?
No, I don't think so.
It was unclear if it was sex or wrestling or a dance move.
Or
the, like,
K No Loss
hurricane
Goes.
special. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was both. Yeah.
I
Maybe
mean, you know,
it's
everything.
whatever move he was doing at the moment with the
wrestling,
hurricane
sex.
move.
I mean,
Yeah.
I assume there's a lot of hip motion regardless.
Okay, anyways, so Rin's playing the Fungus Song, and Sammy, what are you doing, buddy?
I'm probably waving the dragon tooth dagger and just waving at the crowd. But I definitely would have had the turtleneck pulled up over my face like I do on occasion.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a
I'm just kinda
D100,
watching.
and
Okay.
if it's above 75, something will happen.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, something's happening.
Something's happening.
no.
Sammy, as you stand atop your float, waving your dagger, looking dashing in your turtleneck, you see a young woman fawning from the crowd, looking ever so lustfully in your direction. And is there anything that you have, like, dangling on your person that she might ask for? Like, if she were to shout and ask for a favor?
You know,
Have a hanky to throw.
Yeah.
I would toss her the Amulet of Tamora.
Oh, that Hurt gave you. Okay.
Yeah.
And as you toss it, and she reaches out and just barely catches on to the chain, and you can see it, and she is looking at her friends that are standing next to her, and she is giddy as can be, and she just looks at it and she kisses it and then blows a kiss towards you. And you can see her as you're going down, she eventually tries to weasel out of the crowd and goes further down the line to try to see you again. But you don't ever get the opportunity to see her again in the crowd.
Aww.
Yeah.
Nobody sees the smile on his face.
staying stoic. Okay, we transition.
The beast.
For the last
I
15
think it's done in
minutes.
15 minutes, right?
We can't get the feast done in 15 minutes, but we can definitely get the meet and greet, I think.
It's your booth at Comic-Con.
Oh, we're gonna have to sign so much.
You say that.
The Mage 4.
I don't know why it's not playing. Skip the suspense music. Skip the festival music. There we go. As you all don your formal attire, standing in the entryway to the banquet hall, having an opportunity to have peeked inside and seeing the large marble floors, or the elegant marble floors, and the large pillars spanning 30 feet tall. This is a massive vaulted ceiling banquet room, and you can see well-dressed butlers holding trays of drinks scurrying through, and they come out holding little martini glasses on their tray, and they offer each of you a drink. You might be thirsty while you're greeting the guests. I thought I might bring something to you.
Danny would greedily take at least one,
right.
if not two.
Riker will take one and immediately hand it to Rin.
There's a small table behind you that's kind of covered in a black cloth that blends in with the background for you to be able to set any drink on that you didn't necessarily want in the immediate.
Yeah,
But-
I'll double
take
fist,
two.
yeah.
Yep.
She's got her own and the one that Riker gave her.
Let me scroll to my meet and greet notes.
Is Herc like chasing one after the other?
Yeah, it's a nerve calming tonic, is what they called it, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, I need to copy that and paste it there so I can see it with both. The first few come through, and you hear some noble houses, and Jack, actually I'll ask you, Jack, would you be standing in the vicinity of the rest of them, or would you be inside of the banquet hall, kind of picking at hors d'oeuvres and drinking in there? They wouldn't shoo you away if you were standing there.
Before it all started, and like they're kind of getting their drinks and like getting set up at the table, I'd ask the party, like, do you guys want me around to
Yes,
stand
by all means.
by? Or
Yeah, Herc would
Yes,
chime in as well. Of course, you're part of the crew now. Absolutely, stand here. You're as much
Can
of
I
a
look
hero
at
as we
the
are.
rest of the party.
Riker's like,
All right,
oh,
and I will stay.
yeah, go for it. In fact, I think I picked up a drink and it's gone.
That's fine. The drinks are for you guys. You guys are going to be doing more talking than me. I'll just be standing here like security. Don't worry about me.
Okay. The first few noble houses come through, and they, announce themselves as the Lord or Lady of Dracohorn or Great Gaunt, and then one comes through, and where is the...
Is it Larissa?
No, not yet.
Oh,
That's later.
Not yet.
Spoilers.
myself.
3 or 4 noble houses first.
You see an elderly woman trailed by a dashing young prince, probably in his mid-30s, and they announce themselves as Helindra Crownsilver and Aubryn Crownsilver. And as they are shaking your hands and formally saying their pleasantries, This particular one, the young man stops in front of Rin, and as he's shaking your hand, kisses it, and he says, "My name's Oberyn, but you can call me Bryn if you would like. Pleasure to meet you."
You know, my name is Catherine, and you can call me Rin.
What
Pleasure's all mine.
an enormous,
And she's also blushing like fully.
what an
But keeping her
enormous
cool.
coincidence. I won't presume on your time anymore, but if you choose to grant me your time later, I would be delighted. And he bows again and gracefully steps into the banquet hall.
Rin looks back at Arsis like, what just happened? Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm scouring my notes for the Scatterhawk noble name because I had it in there, but my copy paste, I can't find it. Control F, Scatterhawk.
I wrote that before the scene. It's even better now that the scene's happened.
You wrote what before the scene?
Private
Oh,
message.
gotcha. Shh. Oh, there it is.
But yeah, Arsis will shrug. She's like, no idea what's going on.
Um,
Do better on this one than Arsis would be.
Okay. You see a portly man, okay? Dressed elegantly, but also gaudy. And he comes up, "Well, would you look at that? The heroes of the realm." And he extends his hand. "Pleasure to meet you. My name is Narbreth Scatterhawk. Oh, look at you. Can I have your autograph, please? Would you sign this book right here, next to a picture of your likeness that I had customed just this morning?"
I feel like this is directed at her.
And he is
Who's
just
this directed to?
It's going down the line. He
Oh
is
my
asking for
God.
each of your autographs. Riker, as he steps in front of you. Oh,
Hit off.
I do love that mask that you are wearing. Might I procure it for my museum as a token to show that I met the heroes of Cormyr?
I do have a spare somewhere I could loan you.
I want the one that you have sweat in. That one right there. There is no amount of money that I wouldn't pay for to have that mask that you wear on your person right now. 1,000
sorry,
gold
but-
pieces. Brace!
Uh,
Bring the gentleman his coin. I must have that mask right now. You don't understand.
It's really not for sale. I kind of need it.
2,000 gold
step in
pieces.
I'll step in as like the security, like, so sorry. We have to keep these lines moving. They'll be granting some very limited audiences you may be able to petition for later, but I'm going to have to insist that you move along.
Does that cost extra?
It will cost much extra. You can talk to me at the party later. We can discuss arrangements then.
Think of your number, please. Your name. Sir.
Yes, he will absolutely think about that right along. And I kind of give like Ryder a little like wink, like I'm getting this guy the fuck out of here. Come on.
You like get a message. You get a message in your head and say, "I owe you one for that."
All good.
And as he's going by, he looks at Herc and he's like, "Ooh, I want something of yours too. Very, very well, very well." It would go.
Same thing. Come along.
And he just already with a drink in hand, slurring his words. "There's no amount of money that I can't give you for your trophies." And he steps into the banquet hall, and the next few interactions are
I'll
relatively
nudge Tammy
tame.
a little bit and be like,
Some weird people in this group.
The final group of individuals that I will narrate as they're walking through, not the last ones into the banquet hall, but the last ones that I will be discussing. For all of you, would see the familiar face of Larissa. The other two faces that accompany her are foreign to all but Rin. Rin, well, I guess some of you might have even seen Delman at Tenets. You see Delman pushing a wheelchair. The matron mother of House Ilance, very, very old, very brittle, emaciated, just this slender thing. Her dress, once probably form-fitting, is now sagging in her chair. And she has a 1,000-yard stare, just straight forward, like she is the most miserable human being on Earth. And as you're wheeling up, and Larissa, pleasure to meet you, heroes of the realm. I'm Larissa Ilance. Thank you so much for all of your service. Very courteous, very kind. And as she's going down the line, shaking everybody's hands, she shakes Rin's hand. And up close and personal, you sense a moment of recognition, of familiarity. But she, being a dignitary, shrugs it off and maintains professionalism and continues down the line, shaking Herc's and Sammy's hand. The stark contrast between the warm reception that you were given with Larissa to Delman and the matron of House Ilance. What little strength she has left, she just kind of lifts her hand up, still looking forward, not even acknowledging you individually, and Delman just slowly pushing her, looking forward, miserable, looking disheveled, well dressed, but you can tell that he is hungover. And as he's pushing her forward, you may kiss the matron's hand. Speaking to the heroes of the realm.
Yeah, we're all just looking at him like he's insane. At least our
I
sister
point
is.
to my mask, which has no lips.
For an awkward pause, then he grumbles to himself, "No respect even among the heroes of the realm," and he wheels his wheelchair, or her wheelchair, off to the side and quickly into the banquet hall. A few more go by.
Yeah, Arsa tries to get out as many handshakes as she can. She tries to be like as they pass, like she'll pretend to like touch people if she can get away with it. Like just the side of rude.
Yeah, with Riker, when he shakes hands, he's using Mage Hand to like show off, but he just doesn't use to limit contact with people. So
Very clever. And I imagine that there would be a lot of people that would be receptive to that warmly. It would be a unique experience for sure.
And she's so bored that like in between, she's making the candle flight, like using thaumaturgy to make candle change colors. Just because this is like the worst experience ever to be stuck indoors.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say
Rin's
about
very graciously shaking everyone's hand. She's having a good time.
No, Herc is the center of attention, and Rin is.
Herc's having the best time.
Yeah, and then Rin is like right there.
We're all Herc. We all play Herc now from here on out.
We have
Just
to.
whatever you
We
think
remember
Herc
that
would
he
do,
declared
just say it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Clark
He
sees
body
he's
slams
there.
Larissa.
He's
I'm
the
kidding.
center of attention.
ground.
He's regaling each noble with a story and introducing us in his way. I miss that.
Surprisingly enough, the one family he does not is House Ilance. Even you can even sense his uncomfortability grow tremendously as they come into frame, and even Larissa, who is being extremely pleasant, you can tell that his handshake is only out of formality, and when the other two come rolling in, he doesn't even attempt to display that courtesy. After the meet and greet, and you are now seated at the table, one thing that you notice is that there is assigned seating. And with this assigned seating at a large, probably, I don't know, 70 or 80 people seated all at one table, you will notice that all of the nobles are seated on one side, and the guests outside of Edwin Morahan and Arsis's parents, who are figures in the crowd of nobility. The rest of the guests, Herc's parents, Sammy, your family, some of the other guests, they have been sat down on the end, probably about as far away from the heroes of the realm as they could be. And the last thing that I'll leave you with is, as you take your seats, you see the rotund, obnoxious Narbrith Scatterhawk seated across from you. And as you take your seat,
Well. If it isn't the heroes of the realm,
Well, that's why we're here.
what a pleasure to be seated right across from you. I paid for this spot, you know.
I was about to ask.
You all fetch a hefty penny. Hefty gold coin, not pennies. Pennies don't exist here. But he professes his deepest desires to hear all of your adventures from your journey. This is likely
Wait,
going to be a
can Herc
relatively
do a
uncomfortable.
demonstration and suplex him?
can he do a what?
Can you do a demonstration and suplex him?
Maybe. You might be able to convince him, but we will get into that.
You could probably get him. I bet Herc will get him to pay for it.
Yeah, I think this guy would probably want to be suplexed by her. Come on, let's be fair.
We
Oh yeah,
will.
no. I think Herc would be like, "I am the strongest," and he's like, "Oh, how much to show me?" And the guy would be like, 10,000 gold coins, and he's like, "Okay."
Yeah, Herc's running low on cash. He'll be excited about that.
True. But we will find out how obnoxious Lord Scatterhawk can be next time.